Hello everyone, my name is Betty Praught. I was the owner of Interiors by Lynette. However, as of the middle of January of this year, I have finally retired and I'm quite liking it. Thank you for asking me to do this presentation. You'll have to bear with me a little bit, as in I'm used to doing hands-on, showing you the fabrics, showing you the colors, you know, the new shades, and whatever else is in, it's all hands-on. However, as we know, we have to do virtual now. So I do not have pictures to show you because I tried to learn how to do that. And 2 hours later, I thought it would probably be this time next year before I could do that. So we'll just proceed along with the trends and styles of 2021. Now, when I say trends and styles, please, it's not that you have to change everything in your home. Sometimes I wish I could, but anyway, I can't. It's just to give you some ideas of what is in, to help you coordinate what you already have. So if you're going to do paint your room, you kind of want to know what colors are in, just because if you go to look for throws or pillows, if they're not in the in colors, you're not going to find those. So it's just to help you that way with accessories, and not saying you have to do everything that's in, but it does help when you go to look for something specific, even placemats for an example, or anything like that. It just, if you have a neutral shade on your wall, you can change it up. So I'll start by putting on my glasses, as I'm going to have to read some of this, so please bear with me on that, looking up and down because I can't remember all this stuff. So I'll start from the outside in. Refreshing your outside after our long winters. Assess what you have out there, as in what needs to be done, obviously shrubbery, all that for curb appeal, but also curb appeal as in your, maybe you need to paint your front door, unless you're fortunate enough to have one of those beautiful wood doors that you don't paint. But otherwise, if you look up in Benjamin Moore, the exterior colors for doors, you'll see some pretty door shades that you can use. I would suggest when you're selecting a color for your door that you only do the front door. Do not do your side door if you have one, in a garage door. There is nothing to emphasize about a garage door. It is a garage door, it's very functional, it's nice to have, but there's nothing pretty about it. So the side door and the garage door, or if it's on the front of the house, it's paint them a lighter or darker shade of your home, and just emphasize the front door. Maybe you need to add a new civic number on your house. If it's rusty and old, try updating that. The nice gold shades are very pretty. Excuse me for moving around here. I have a hip issue, so it's a little, I can't sit still too long. Anyway, also, any repairs that you need to do. Maybe you need to put a nice outdoor area rug on your front step. The largest, not the smallest, the largest you can find that accommodates your step. No tiny ones, none of these little tiny mats. Go big or stay home. Go big, and then do a nice welcome mat, layer it over the top of that mat. It's always nice to, I layer mine. I use two, actually. I use a larger one. Actually, last year, I got a little carried away, but it did look nice. I had a large one, I had a smaller one, and then I had a welcome mat. So, and of course, your urns and whatever else you do outside, put outside. As we know, your front door is probably use the most for company. So that is your first impression. So always keep it neat, tidy your front entrance when you come in. You can, you know, knot your boots and shoes and all the other paraphernalia that go with that. Clear them away, because it is, again, as soon as you step in, it is your first impression. Because we're home more now, you'll see a return to the familiar. Some of us, it's familiar, and some other people, younger, it's not so familiar. But you'll see nostalgia coming back. Some of the old is coming back, because everyone wants a nurturing place of warmth, which means that it'll be softer textures, warmer palettes, and it's an old-fashioned sense of comfort. So maybe, having said that, maybe our kids will take some of our stuff we don't want, because normally it's like, no, I don't want that, right? Yeah, no, they don't want that. They want new. Anyway, Benjamin Moore's color of the year is Egg Teal, 2136-40. Nice color for your front door as well, if it coordinates with the rest of your home, rest of the exterior. And like I said, you can look on Benjamin Moore's site and you'll see all the new Benjamin Moore color of the year 2021 colors. I'm not sure if it mentions it. I don't think it's in that group, but as we know, that gray's been around for quite a number of years. Actually, I'm a little grayed out myself, but there's a new gray, Greige. It's cooler than beige, but it's warmer than gray. It's very pretty. It's a nice neutral shade, and it works with everything. So white's still very popular, but you'll see more color coming in end of 2021-22. And as we know, interior design trends are always going in and out of style. Some things that are predicted to be will be. Some things that are predicted to be going out will be for this year. Shiplap. Shiplap was something they used, I guess, to make boats, what have you. It was very popular on ceilings, some on walls, but it's kind of falling out of fashion. So it will go. The big thing that they're talking about now, if you can believe this, is plaster. Plaster supposedly is coming back. If you're building a new home, they are using some plaster. Not so much around here, but it could eventually get here. Who knows? The other thing they are doing, and if you already have an existing home with your sheetrock, gyprock on it, they're putting a thin layer of plaster over it just to give it more depth and texture. It's not something I'd ever want to bring up at my house, I can tell you that. It wouldn't go over very well. Gray kitchens will become less popular as gray is so cool. So we're going to see bolder colors, and indigo blue will be a very trendy color for this year. And we do see a lot of that already. I see a lot of, when I'm looking online and Pinterest or any of them, you'll see a lot of navy, pretty color sofas, walls even, small rooms maybe. You wouldn't want a large room done in dark color like that, dark shade. And white is starting to date itself. People, you will see a lot of color coming back to create more visual interest through color. Barn doors exploded. A lot of people were using them even on closet doors or doors. However, they'll be replaced again by our pocket doors or our classic French doors. Accent walls will not be trendy. Thank goodness. I would never like that to begin with. I've never been a fan of having one wall a different color from the rest, or one wall done in wallpaper and the rest painted. You know, we are returning to more monochromatic walls that it blends seamlessly with the decor without the drama of walking in and seeing an accent wall. Because what happens with that, your eye's drawn to that dark color or whatever else you're putting on the wall. It's just drawn to that wall. It's not showing, no matter how beautiful your room is, your eye just tends to go to that wall. So you want it to be cohesive and flow, the room to flow around, flow. The other thing that I haven't seen around here yet, but it could be, I'm not sure, I don't think there is, but it's peel and stick wallpaper, removable wallpaper. That's going to be a big thing. And it's just, you know, especially, it does peel off, and it is great if, say, you're in an apartment or condo or apartment, whatever, and you just want to, it's not your own place maybe, and you want to do something a little different in your bathroom, because that's the one place where you can do something. You don't spend a lot of time in there, so it can be very modern, very bright, whatever you like, because it's just a low commitment where you can strip it off. You'll see backsplashes, more dramatic this year. You do see a lot of tiles out there now for backsplashes that have patterns, and you know, they're not using as much smooth porcelain and no glossy subway tiles. Now, mind you, this pattern on your backsplash is not for everyone, because I do, unfortunately, date myself. I go back, I do remember having those or seeing those tiles years ago, and they are certainly, you know, like a pattern, they are certainly trendy, that's for sure, and they will go out. I am more for the plainer tile with a little texture or something in it, but that's just me. Green kitchen cabinets is a big trend for 2021. Again, this is certainly not for everyone. Very nice in a country home, though, with the green kitchen cabinets. I think that would be lovely. So also, wicker and rattan furniture will be returning. Woven furniture styles, as you already see. I don't know if you've seen them, but maybe now that I bring your attention to it, or you have already seen it, is you'll see the small ottomans out there, round little ottomans, footstools, ottomans, that are woven. Really cute, actually. Natural fabrics compared to, or opposed to, synthetics. You probably already see that. I see that in women's clothing, as in linen. I love the look of linen, but I only like it on a hanger. It's too wrinkly for me. Excuse me. It's, yeah, it looks like you slept in it, but it's beautiful. But anyway, we will be returning to that, as in, you'll notice a lot of furniture will have that linen look, which is very pretty. It's not linen, but it has that look. So I'll give you a list of trends that I would like to see disappear. And it's not just me. I looked some of this up as well. All white interiors. When I say all white, I'm not just talking about white walls. I'm talking about all white, an all white room with white furniture. You know, everything is white. It's pretty stark, number one. And most times it looks lovely in a magazine or on Pinterest or wherever. But most of us can't keep that up. We can't maintain an all white furniture home. You know, you're going to have your red sand, you're going to have your red wine, whatever. And especially leather. Leather's even worse than fabric when it's white. And I know that from experience because I did have something in white leather, and it stains easily, and it's impossible to remove. Looks great, like I said, in magazines. Open shelving. You see a lot of kitchens with their open shelving now. It looks good. It's nice. Again, it's sort of on its way out because it's been in for quite a while. Plus the fact, again, it has to be perfect or close to perfect. It has to be dusted. That's another point. But it just has to be organized and left that way. And some people can't keep it organized. So I think that is going to be going out. Another thing, vessel sinks. I've never been a vessel sink person. First of all, nowadays, it's not sanitary. And it's hard to clean around the bowl. And it's not user-friendly, especially for short people. That would not be me, but seniors, that would be me. You know, so they're very difficult to keep. Dining room. A lot of tables out there with, you know, maybe 4 chairs, and at the back there will be a bench. Well, maybe you do that for space-wise, but I don't want to go somewhere and sit for dinner and sit on a bench. So they're not practical, isn't that way? They're not comfortable, I guess, is the big thing. Again, accent walls, as I mentioned, that's a no-no. And bold pops of color. And when I say bold pops of color, I'm not talking about your accessory-wise. I'm talking, for an example, if you have an off-white, maybe you have a gray sofa, pale gray, or whatever that may be, and you've decided to accent it with 2 red chairs or two teal, you know, the teal blues. That's kind of soft. That might be okay. But bold color. That's a dated look. Now we're looking for more neutral. So if you have a gray sofa, maybe you want to do saying gray because excuse me, a lot of people do have gray for some people. But don't add a pop of color in the other 2 chairs. Keep it all neutral, somewhat neutral, you know, the beiges, maybe you want a little texture going on there. And then add your color in your area rugs or your throw pillows and a throw. That way you can change it up every season if you want. I'm a pillow person. My husband thinks, you know, I have a fetish with pillows, and he's correct. I do. I love them. So I change them up per season. Yeah. So another thing that's always been a no is light fixtures with paper shades. You see a lot of that out. Excuse me. Now, you know, if you have gray. Say you had a gray sofa, maybe you can incorporate like the gray beige chairs, something like that, and then put some nice, pretty decorative cushions on them. Replace all your cool light bulbs with warm white. If you have a chair rail in your home, that's gone. Take it down. Paint the whole wall the same color. Never mind splitting your house in 2. It opens up your space. Excuse me 1 second here. Area rugs. Get rid of your small area rugs. Too much clutter makes your room look small. Doesn't matter if it is small. Don't make it any small. Don't make it appear any smaller. All your furniture, let's just say it's your living room or a great room, all your furniture legs should be sitting on that area rug. There's very few rooms now that can't have at least an 8 by 10 area rug. People say, oh no, that's too big. Well, it's not. Most times, I guess. All your doesn't mean all the 4 legs of your sofa has to be on it, but your front legs all should be on. At least the area rug should be, 2 or 3 inches underneath, or 4 inches, whatever, underneath your sofa and your chairs. So, when you go in a store and you see the rugs, they're usually hanging, they look much bigger when they're hanging than when you get them home. They shrink from the time you take them to the store till the time you get them home. Same way furniture does. People will go in the store and they go, it's a big furniture store, and you see a sofa and it's lovely, but you should measure first, because it normally grows from the time it leaves the store until it gets to your house, because the store is so big it doesn't appear big and large or big in the store. So yes, check into getting area rugs that 8 by 10. Under a dining room table, area rugs. All your 4 legs of your chairs, or 6 chairs, all your 4 legs of your chair should sit on the area rug. And that means when it's pulled out. You don't want 2 legs on an area rug and 2 legs on your floor. So that takes up a lot of space. If you don't have the space for that, maybe go without an area rug. Update your throw cushions, as I mentioned, in your space. Like in your living room for summer, do some fun decorative pillows. In your master bedroom, change it up by doing pillows, or maybe some people do change their bedding. Their comforters or duvets for summer and winter. I am one of those people. Excuse me. Sorry, I don't know why. It's not that I'm not used to talking. And a good thing to do in the spring, take all your accessories or accent pieces out of your room. Chances are you have too many, or maybe you don't have enough, but then bring them back in. Set them up in 3s, usually 3s, 5s, whatever you have the space to do. Not all these little trinkets and knickknacks, one here and one there. Group them, and don't put too many. Especially, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking some of you have moved into soldier homes, moved into smaller home or apartment or condo. So don't have too many knickknacks kicking around, like especially little ones. Another thing is, there was something I was thinking out there that when I was going around thinking. Anyway, look at your windows. What's on your windows? If it's lace, it's been gone for at least 20 years. Sorry, just the way it is. Down it goes. There's nothing that pulls a room together, and I know I used to sell a lot of window treatments, and I don't sell them anymore. So I'm retired, as I said, so I'm not trying to push anything here. But you bought all this lovely furniture for your home, let's just say your living room, great room again, and then you bought a catalog of some sort of window treatments. They are, you make them, you put up 2 panels on each side or something because you're trying, one panel is too skinny, and that breaks your room to me. Get rid of heavy draperies. do a blind. And people say, oh, I don't like blinds. They're just too hard. They're maintenance and cleaning. There are a lot of blinds out there today, that, if you haven't looked, that are beautiful. And then just do a nice side pan, pretty rod and side panels on each side in your living room. No valances. Valances have been done for, well, at least 15 years. Maybe in your kitchen window, that's nice. You know, to give a little, maybe you want a little color there. So, you know, nice faux Roman shade would be nice. Something like that. But I'm a big believer in buy the best you can afford to buy, not the cheapest. That's my motto. It's sort of like buying a nice outfit and then not wearing jewelry. That's kind of the same as in your home. I'm not a lover of big black windows at nighttime. I don't find that cozy. I like to have something on my windows. Even if I don't need the privacy, it's still there. It finishes the room, just like jewelry finishes your outfit. Do you ever feel that your room is not, you might go somewhere and then you come home and you think, you know, my room, I can't seem to get my room put together. It just doesn't, there's something missing, or there's something going on here. First of all, maybe you don't have a whole home, whole house palette, color palette. You know, it's pretty essential to create cohesive look. You know, you need the flow right through your whole house. Now that doesn't mean you have to have every room painted the same color, but a lot of times, I'm looking around my own here, it has to, and it needs to be painted a neutral color. Anyway, just becomes disjointed when there's too many colors. It's like, you know, they haven't did this for years, but this is dating myself again. I remember my first home, you know, there'd be that time it was green carpet and gold carpet. Oh dear. Now, of course, our hardwood or carpet, whatever you like, is going through the whole house. So again, getting back to maybe you want a room a different color. Well, use a low saturated color that it's still cohesive, it still blends. You know, there should be, 3 to 5 accent colors in your whole house. So if you have a chair in your master bedroom, you should be able to bring that out into your living room and it fits there. I don't mean fits as in how big it is or small it is. I just mean color. You should be able to take one thing from another place and put it in a room. It's the same as when I purchase throw pillows. I can change my pillows up I can use them in every room in my house. If I bought them for the living room and I'm tired of them, maybe I want to put them in a bedroom. So that's 3 to 5 colors. And that's not saying you have to do every bedroom, but just for an example, maybe you have, let's say navy, teals, and grays and creams in your house. Well, that's 4. So let's go with 3 of those. Let's omit 1. So one bedroom, I have a white duvet on it, and maybe I'm going to use, you know, gray cushions. Maybe I'm going to use navy blue. And then I might decide to do another bedroom with a white duvet, or maybe I'm going to do it in the navy blue comforter. Like, just mix and match. They don't all have to be the same. You can do them all, and they'll all look different, and they'll all look great. You can also mix metals nowadays. We don't have to stick to our stainless or chrome or pewter. The big metal trend is black. Black is really big. You know, and another thing, if you are doing a new home and you're doing black, you can always add a gold over your dining room table or your eating area table, a gold light fixture, chandelier, whatever. But don't mix and match every room to have a different one. Be cohesive again, and maybe an odd one that's different. Trends are great, but they're all in moderation. Another big thing that's a trend now, I should say, is baskets. Woven. Here we're back to our wovens again. Baskets, and organization. Organization is a really big thing. It's good, actually. Since I've been home now, I am getting some organizing down using baskets. Now, I'm not into labeling. I know a lot of people are labeling their basket, what's in them. You know what? I can just look in it and I know what's in it. So that's just more time. I don't have the time or the patience for that. But some people love it. If there's face cloths in the basket, they want to put face cloths on it. Me, I just look in my linen closet. I can see my face cloths in the basket. But that's a personal thing. And I love the look of it. Organization, closets, everything. Now this includes things you've been kicking around your house for the last 50 years. And some of it's heirloom and some of it, obviously means a lot to you. And some of it, maybe it doesn't. So do 4 baskets. Keep, relocate, donate, and toss. That's the big one for a lot of people, is to toss. It's not for me. I'm a tosser. My husband is different. He's not. He's a hoarder. So I tend to get rid of things when I was working, in my car, in the dumpster at work. Otherwise, if it's home, he's taking it out. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do now. But anyway, yeah. If you haven't fit into some of those clothes in the last 5 years, if you're anything like me, chances are it's wishful thinking. It's also called the Grand Millennial. That's a word. It's a twist on the popular granny chic style. I'm in that category, I guess. Yeah, I had no guessing. It's been on the rise in 2020, and it's even bigger in 2021. We all want the sense of comfort and nostalgia. The key for that trend is adding layers and creating a space that welcomes relaxation, being as we're home. Yeah, so I'm not sure when it's called that. As I said, maybe our kids or grandkids will want to take some of our stuff that we were going to toss. Yes, it's going back to pieces of furniture, pattern, and cushions that you might have seen in your grandparents' day, in our grandparents' day, I should say. Another trend that I have to see this to know that I would want this. I've had this. Dried flowers. I think are ugly. But apparently they're coming back. So maybe the new version, I haven't seen any yet, but maybe the new version will be lovely. Because I am one of those people that I don't have any real plants in my house because they've long ago died. So it might be nice, who knows. I had a question, from one of your peoples. How many pieces of decor in a grouping? I think I answered that 3 to 5. This person had vases that they had collected from traveling. And when you're doing vases, you can do 3, but they should really be different sizes, not 3 vases all the same height. Do them in different heights. The tall, the lower, and then the lower. You can do groupings of 5 if you have the space for it. And we all need accessories in our home to make it cozy and comfortable. But as I mentioned, just do not go overboard. I actually did that in my own home here about a month ago. I wanted spring to come even faster. Maybe it was more than a month ago. I took a lot of things out of my living room, and put them on my counters or my kitchen table, whatever. And then I brought them back one by one, and grouped them in 3, of course. Most of them, not everything, but and yes, I put some away that I'll use another time, maybe to switch it up a bit or something. But I did have a few too many, I thought. Excuse me. Okay, same lady asked me a question about her bedroom. She has a black and gold throw, or bedspread, comforter, whatever, on her bed, and a beautiful gold chair in her room. And I think she had, I don't know, black or gold pillows, I forget, to coordinate with her bedspread. Just seeing the pictures, it looked like the bedroom was not that large. So I would, the bedspread's lovely, and I don't know if you can do this because I think there was a bottom to it, but I'm not positive of that. I would have probably put a white comforter or duvet, whatever, on there. And duvet white cover too, not just the duvet, but the cover on it. Or a comforter in white. And I would have used that bedspread at the bottom of my bed as a foot warmer. Opened up quite, decently wide. Probably 18 to 24 inches wide at the foot of my bed, or 6 to 8 inches up from the bottom of my bed comforter, the white one. And then I think you had 2 pillows. I know you had 2 pillows on the bed. I would have added the other color in there, whether it be, I know you had a gray headboard, so if you had, I think you had black pillows there. I'm not sure. I would have did a gold in there as well, like maybe a neck roll or something. I would have put 3 in there instead of 2. Or 5. That's even better, but some people don't want all those pillows, especially men. Yeah. The other thing is, in your living room, you had a gray, charcoaly gray sofa. And you had 2 windows in that room. Well, no, you had a patio door and you had a window. On the door, there were draperies. And on the window was a Roman shade. I hope you have enough, this is just a suggestion now. You asked my opinion. I would have did that Roman shade in the same fabric as the patio door. And the reason why I would have done that is because you have a door and a window. You have draperies on the door, which is great. And you have a faux Roman, which are 2 different applications, 2 different styles. And there's nothing wrong with that, because you probably didn't want to do full drapery on that window. It was too close to the door and so on. But it would have looked nice. It would look nicer to have the 2 the same in that room, or any room, big or small. So, but what you've done is you did a drapery in one fabric, and you did the Roman shade in another fabric. So you kind of, you split the room, is what I'm saying. It's not cohesive. It's 2 different styles that you're using, which is great, but use the same fabric on both with the two different styles. Excuse me. And you have two pillows on your sofa. I would have pulled, they're fine, they look lovely. I would have pulled, I think it's a print, and I think there's gold in it. So I would buy two smaller cushions maybe, or larger, whichever. And I would have put the gold in there, and that's carrying it from your master bedroom into your living room, and so on, as I said, cohesive throughout. You had other fabrics that you're wondering, whether to do them inside or just use them for outside. I think you have enough color going on. It's nice, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's too much. I wouldn't add any more fabrics, any more colors in interior. I would use those for pillows or whatever you have to do, reupholstering maybe outside. Something like that would be nice. I'd use them for that. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today, ladies, and I don't know if you have gentlemen, if there's any there. If there's any questions you'd like to ask me, please feel free to send them to me. Shirley Pierce would have my email. I'll give it to you now as well. It's Betty at Interiors with an S by B-Y Lynette, LYNETTE.com. Betty at interiorsbylynette.com, and send me a picture. I'm not good at when people tell me that they have a room, 8 by 10, and they have a sofa that's this big, and they have this that's over in this corner that's that big, and it's like, oh, I'm lost. So it would be great if you sent me a picture, as this other lady sent me a picture and asked me to address it. And yeah, I'd be happy to help you if there's anything you need. So thank you again, and enjoy your day or evening whenever you're watching this, and have a great summer, and be safe.